For the majority of this season, Luka Doncic and Kyrie Irving has had to just shoulder the bulk of the offense for this Dallas Mavericks team, but it seems like Jason Kidd has his eyes on a certain player to finally be that third scoring option for us, as well as we do have an injury update ahead of today's game against the Boston Celtics. How's it going, everybody? My name is Marcel Martin. This is Mavs Digest, bringing you the latest news and everything Mavericks related. And before we get into today's video, 86.7% of you guys watching are not subscribed. Make sure you hit that subscribe button. You don't want to miss out on a single thing we do. We're on a road to 5K subs. We're at about 4,500 subs at the time of this recording. And once we reach 5K subs, I'm going to start going live for every Mavericks game. In case you can't watch the game, I'll give you my live commentary, play-by-play, everything. So make sure you subscribe. But let's get into today's video. The first topic we're going to talk about is that third score I was talking about in the intro. As we know, Luka Doncic, Luka Magic, Kyrie Irving, fourth quarter Kai, the Justice League, those guys have been just shouldering the bulk of the offense this season, putting up, both these guys, putting up MVP caliber type numbers for the entirety of the season. And we had Tim Hardaway, we have Jaden Hardy, we have Josh Green, we have a couple good guys that are good supporting cast members, but we've been lacking just that consistent third scoring option when Kai is maybe gassed or Luka's getting double teamed, who can put the ball on the floor, attack the basket, get a shot, create their own shot. And it seems like Jason Kidd has finally found who that player might be for us, as we have here after the other night against the Toronto Raptors. A few nights ago, I asked Jason Kidd whether the Mavs needed a dependable third scorer. He indicated that night that a group approach would be okay, waiting for the hot hand each night. Now, I would make it a lot easier if we had a third scorer. I think PJ is turning that way. And as we all know, PJ Washington had a big night against the Toronto Raptors. Now, I know. I saw in the comments. It's just the Raptors. They're not that good of a team. That doesn't mean anything. It means more than what you may think. Again, these bad teams that come and go that we play, the Wizards, the Pistons coming up, the Raptors that we just played, I get it. It's not really a test. But to have these players like PJ Washington just break out and just have a great game against these teams, those are the reps that we need. We need games like that for PJ and other players to just shine and to get more confident and to really feel defined in their role. And what we saw that night, he put up 23 points, 3 blocks, 7 rebounds, was 50% from 3, 5 of 10. He was a +1. And we know that PJ Washington is known for his defense. PJL is a real thing. I drove by it the other day on the way to work and I didn't want to stop by it. But we know PJ is known for his defense. He's been phenomenal for us. And the corner three, the shot selection, it hasn't been all the way there since we got him at the trade deadline. But the Raptors game, he really showed out. He had like 13 points in the first quarter. Down the stretch, he was still good, still being able to score, still being able to play just great defense. And maybe, just maybe, if we keep this trajectory, if we keep improving game after game, if we keep making plays for these guys, PJ down the road could be that third option for us in playoff situations. The game 7, Luka's already got 35. Kyrie's got about 29. We need a quick 3. PJ Washington ready to go. We know we got Josh Green who himself is blossoming into a good player. We know we have Tim Hardaway Jr. who had a better game against the Raptors. I'll give him that. The consistency isn't there with Tim Hardaway, but maybe it could be with PJ Washington. And going forward, if Jason Kidd thinks that's who this team needs to be our third scorer, I mean, I agree. I would love to see PJ blossom into that third option for us, who doesn't need Luka or Kyrie to get him going. Just give him the ball, let him go to work. He's got a little baby hook that he was just hitting on the Raptors. He was able to extend his range to the top of the key, hitting threes, and you just love to see it. And like I said, I mean, it's his stats right here. Averaging 13 points, 5 rebounds, 2 assists, 44% from the floor, 32% from 3, 68% from the free throw line. Hopefully that does improve. Hopefully those shooting splits across the board improve, but this is what we could get from PJ Washington. If he could give me 13, 15 points a night, I'm not mad at you. The defense is already there. We already know what he's been doing to these teams and some of their better players or whoever he's matching up against. We know what he brings on defense. We know he takes pride in defense. But being that third scorer, being that third option to just help out Kai and Luka, because we know who we got. We know Kyrie and Luka Doncic, they are the greatest backcourt currently in the league. The best duo, in my opinion. The numbers speak for themselves. But they can't do it all. If they combine for 70, who's coming off the bench giving us an extra 10 to 15, of maybe 15 to 20 even? PJ Washington can be that guy. And if Jason Kidd sees that, then that gives me hope, because that means that he won't be stuck to the bench while we're playing other guys. If Jason Kidd believes it could be PJ, we could be seeing a lot more PJ Washington minutes, and I hope he can just produce from those minutes. And like I said about PJ, his defense, let's just highlight that for a minute. When we played against the Suns, he held Kevin Durant to 23 points on 22 shots, while he averages 28 on 19 shots. Against the Indiana Pacers, he had Pascal Siakam to 12 points on 11 shots. Pascal's averaging 21 on 15.7. Scotty Barnes against the Raptors just the other day. He had 19 points, but it took him 22 shots. He averages 20 on 15.8. And against the Thunder, Jalen Williams held him to 9 points on 10 shots, averaging 19 on 14. Hey, welcome to P-Jail. Penitentiary jail, baby. That's just the type of guy that we got from the trade deadline, and this is who he could be. I think he could really be that third scoring option for us night in, night out. Again, we play the Boston Celtics in about an hour. Hopefully, this could be another game where he can just show up that, hey, I got that lockdown defense, and I can score on the other end. Just a two-way player like that could just pay dividends long-term, especially come playoff time, especially in the postseason as we try to make a push for the finals. PJ Washington will be instrumental for us. I'm glad to see that Jason Kidd sees that. I see it. You see it. Maybe some of you guys out there aren't believers. I know there's been a lot of fans that have been kind of half and half on PJ Washington, and sometimes you can't tell them. You got to show them. And I just hope night after night after night, PJ Washington continues to prove people wrong and just show that this is who he is. This is what he's doing for the Dallas Mavericks team. But we got I'm getting ahead of myself. We got an injury report update. We got an update just before I hit record for this video. We do have an update. On the video yesterday, I told you that pretty much everybody was available. A few questionable people. Luka Doncic did suffer a sprained ankle against the Toronto Raptors, but I'll throw the image back up for you guys. That Dallas Mavericks superstar Luka Doncic, left ankle sprain and broken nose, is available to play against the Boston Celtics. I mean, that's crazy. A left ankle sprain and a broken nose, man. Luka's doing it all. Luka's just pushing through. Now, I hope everything's okay. I don't want him to just be playing through injuries, because that could make things worse, and the last thing you want is your best guy to go down with injury right before the playoffs. Be super unfortunate. But if he's good to play, because he was warming up. I saw a few videos on Twitter. He was warming up with the guys, doing half-court shots, kicking the ball all the way out in the stands. Love to see it. The guys were locked in. I know Tim Hardaway Jr. spoke as well about how just playing in the TD Garden, it gets crazy. The fans get really involved. You really got to be locked in. So to know that Luka's playing gives me a little bit of a confidence boost, because we need all the help we get as we play against the Boston Celtics, against our very own Tingus Pingus, Kristaps Porzingis, who we had a few seasons ago. So hopefully it's a good game. It'll be a really good test for this team. They are the Boston Celtics are the best team in the East right now. This will really, and we are at full power. I want to say that someone said that this is the first time in 119 days that the Dallas Mavericks are playing at our full roster. Everybody is available except for a few guys that are in the G League, but Maxi's back. Dante Exum's back, who I think will be super instrumental with the second unit in tonight's game. It's going to be crazy. It's going to be just electrifying, and you already know I'm going to be here with the post-game analysis, so make sure you subscribe. But thank you for making this far to the video. Check out the link in the description below. We got a Discord, people. We got a Discord. I'm very active in Discord. I'm talking Mavericks, basketball, just basketball, anything in general. So if you want to be a part of that conversation, check out the link in the description below. And we're on the road to 5,000 subs, so we can go live. So make sure you subscribe. But y'all take care. It's going to be a good game. I'm excited for it. I can't wait for it. But until next time, take care. Peace.